Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup.
Well, guys, this is Casey and Raw again, and this is Video Game Hunting episode 100. We finally hit the big 100. Like I said this before, it could have been a lot sooner if I didn't do those parters in the early days of the channel. But I was going game shopping so many times during the weekend or during the week that I was recording so much. So today is Saturday, and I was like, you know what? I really wasn't planning to record anything right now. But I was like, went to the game store and planning to go watch Super Mario movie. You know, I'm super disappointed. No Bob Hopkins. No Dennis Hopper or no John Leguizamo in this Mario movie. I mean, that's already a leg down for me, if you ask me. That has 3 strikes on this movie, not having those 3 on there. I know you guys are like, well, 2 of them are dead. Well, I mean, are you saying that they can't digitally bring them back? I've seen them do that on a Star Wars movie where there's a dude that was dead. There's a whole movie with him in there. So, don't give me, it's impossible. So, minus, me bullshitting for a second. So, I got out and about. I was like, yeah, I'll go to the game store. Still have a little bit of time to kill before I go to the theater. And first place I went to was the video game store. Didn't really have any idea to look around. I was looking at the Nintendo Famicom games, and I kind of stopped shopping for those because, one, I don't know what all I got. So, I really need to, take pictures of all the Famicom games I got. And it's not like, I could just, like NES, you could just take a picture from the spine or the end label. And I was like, okay, this is what I got. No, a lot of these, you have to pull them out and see what you got. And there's some cartridges, there are different versions. I came across, damn it, I should have picked up that other Devil World. Because I ran across a variant of Devil World. And what's funny, I just did Nuts and Milk. They had Nuts and Milk there at the game store. And I saw they had Mario 1 and 3 for the Famicom. And Mario Brothers, the arcade game, Mario Bros. There. I don't think a lot of people knows about that one that much. I mean, I think it's starting to be a little bit more known since YouTube been more relevant. But honestly, before Super Mario Bros., you had Mario Bros., the arcade game where it's either just Mario or Mario and Luigi in the sewers fighting off like turtles, flies, crabs, and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, the objective was for the high points, the high score. It's kind of like how there's no end to Donkey Kong until you die, because you have the 4 stages of Donkey Kong. You got the normal one, the first one that everyone knows, and then you got the second one. It's a little more complicated. It has all the moving platforms. And then the third is the very unfamiliar pie factory one, where Donkey Kong is going back and forth on like a moving belt. And then obviously at the very end, where you have to remove what's called the rivets of the platform to get rid of Donkey Kong. So, and when you get to that last stage, it just repeats until you die. I mean, there's no true end of Donkey Kong. Like, the only reason there's a true end to Pac-Man, because you get to this last stage where half the screen is a glitch. And that's the kill screen, where you're pretty much at the very end of the game and they just want you to be done. They just want you to finish your last quarter, your run with the quarter, so they can at least move on to the next quarter. Because it's not profitable if you're able to beat the game with one quarter. I've said this many times before. What makes an arcade profitable is that if you throw... Back then, honestly, yeah, a quarter usually does gameplay. Now it's usually games are honestly doubled in price, so usually anything's at least 50 cents. So, old school rules was you were not profitable. You're only profitable if you can pump a quarter every 3 minutes. That's why some of these games are like quarter munchers. Like, there's some bosses that's all they're meant to do. They're like meant to you just keep throwing those quarters in. Like X-Men, when you're using your superpowers, it takes part of your health bar away. Like, if you hit it like 3 times, you're down to the left health point. So you're like screwed. But you also wipe out the whole section of enemies. And by the way, I came across and was watching this video. Someone took the engine of X-Men, and there was 2 superpowers that was very evident they stole it from X-Men. There's one where Colossus has his like screaming and just explosion coming out of him, and then there's another one where Nightcrawler zapping across the screen. I really need to go back and try to find that. But, I mean, it's well, I wouldn't say it's well known, but it's commonplace for them to kind of do that. I mean, if you look at Sunset Riders and God, was it the Wild West Cowboys or wherever it is? And you're an actual cowboy, but you're an actual cow too. But you have it's damn near Sunset Riders and cows instead. And by the way, I need to do that arcade gameplay. I might do that tonight. I need to get back to doing more arcade gameplay. And actually, I do have one sitting, waiting in the wings to be edited. I hadn't done any editing that I need to do. I got Hook from the Ron Williams movie arcade game. I did a complete gameplay through it. It's not a bad game. I mean, it's okay game. It's a beat 'em up kind of game, like, you know, X-Men, Turtles, and Simpsons. I just saw the buddy of mine for a second. But no, it wasn't him. But it's not a bad game. I mean, it ain't great. And it actually had a little bit more enemies than X-Men in the other games. Because I love X-Men arcade game because I'm a huge X-Men person. But the Sentinels need to be bigger. The Sentinels are as tall or even a little shorter than some of the X-Men. Like, hold on. In the cartoon, the Sentinels are like tall as a freaking building, or even taller. So I can understand, hey, we can't just put that on there on the arcade game, but at least make them a little bit taller. But it's whatever. It's still one of my favorite arcade games. I mean, I'm not as a big fan as Simpsons as I used to. It kind of dropped down a little bit. But as oh gosh, trying to think. Oh, Turtles. I mean, Turtles is still awesome. It's just how many more times do we... I mean, do I really need to do Turtles gameplay? I would love to. Ah, shit. I might have to turn this off for a second, guys. Sorry about that. I had 3 cops literally behind me. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to give them any reason why to pull me over. Because, like I said before, I don't think what I'm doing is illegal. Because it's just as much as you talking on the phone through a Bluetooth. You know, I'm not really watching myself. I'll kind of look at the phone every once in a while. But I'm mainly watching the road. Like 98%. So, and you guys can't really see that with my sunglasses. Unless I stop and I'll be like talking to the camera. But now they're gone, so I am gonna hit this game store, then maybe go hit this vintage stock, then maybe the flea market. Kind of already blown the video game budget. Oh, I didn't even show you guys the stuff I picked up. So let me go ahead and show you guys some of the stuff. Of course, I'm about to show it, and I move. Alright, when I get to the parking lot, minus the bigger thing, I'll show that afterwards. And I actually have Uh, I think I have something else in the waitings too. I know I have one unboxing, and I have maybe some games that I picked up recently. You know I have a bad memory. I can't even remember what I picked up. But let's just kind of spoil it a little bit. I picked up another console with its box this time too. This also, give it a little hint, this also completes the Nintendo console. Go ahead. You're right in the middle of fucking the road, idiot. He acts like I'm the idiot. Fucking douchebag. See, now I'm starting to see more Teslans, whatever. I mean, I never seen them around until they had these charging ports around here. So I got a theory that this is probably their way to show off Teslas, having them charge up over here, because there's not a Tesla dealership around here. So, I mean, and then it's just random. They have like these huge rows of Tesla charging points. So, I think they did that to show off, hey, look at our cars, so you can buy their cars. But, like I said, minus the console that I picked up. I'll show you guys what I picked up. And I'm thinking about returning to some of these games. What I might do is play some of these games, and like some of them is obvious what they are, but these are Nintendo Famicom games. This is Mario Open Golf. Let's see, I paid $6 for that. I don't even know what the hell this game is. They don't even have it on here either. Hold on. This one even says on the back, says this is not the one with karaoke. Reading required. But look at this artwork. Then got this one. They also didn't label it, but this says this is Mahjong. And oh my god, I can't even pronounce this at all. Gomo Kung Orobi. And this one says reading is required. It has the generic Nintendo label. I might go back and pick up that Devil World label variant, because it's a cool variant of it. But yeah, so I'm gonna hit this game store, and I don't want to be too far from the theater, so I might actually go back and pick that up. So we'll see. I'll be back. Alright, so I just got out of Vintage Talk. They had some cool stuff. Nothing really too new in there. But as I was walking around, I came across a shit-looking copy of NBA Streets V3 for the GameCube. And I'm sure, like, guys, no, Casey, why do you get this? This is a sports game. Because this, you can play as the Mario characters on there. It says featuring All-Stars Nintendo. So, that's why. So you can play as Mario characters. But that's pretty much the reason for that one. But, God, the copy is horrible. I mean, on camera, it looks like it just needs a good cleaning on top. You guys can't really see it too, but there's like smudges and stuff. Maybe that's what it is. It's just smudges. This kind of looks faded too. So didn't come with the manual or anything. That's probably what it was. It's smudges. Yeah. It was just smudges. So, yep. So, I'm probably going to go ahead, head back. Good God, there's a kid just running around. Like, just running around. Like, dude, you need to keep your kid on a leash. Don't let your kid just run around in a parking lot. He's going to get fucking ran over. I'm sorry, Tim. I know this is going to sound horrible, but if I had kids and they have a tendency to walk away, I honestly don't see the big deal if you had a body leash on them. I mean, I think I would be a better parent to keeping track where my kid is than, oh, I let my kid just roam buck-ass wild. And not only that, goes up and down the aisles, and then you have to search for him. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't know if I want to make light of this. But, when you're old, when you're walking, you're literally hunched over like you're almost at a 90-degree angle when you're walking. That's when you know you're old and you're hurting. I ain't gonna even show it because, one, I've already passed the person. Two, don't want to make much more light than that. But, yeah, I'm thinking about go ahead and head back down that direction. I think it starts at 4-ish, so I could go hit the game store, see how much Devil World goes for by itself. Again, as the variant, and get ready to go watch the Mario movie. I probably will do is when I get here home, I'm gonna probably have two things. I'm gonna show off what I found, and then two, I'll probably stop, record a movie review. Are you honking at me, cocksucker? Sorry, people honking. I don't know where that was honking at. But, yeah, I figured head back down that direction. So, yeah, I think we'll do a movie review, and then after I'll get home and show you guys what I picked up. So, what's funny, I came across at the vintage stock, they had these systems, but they had it priced more than how much it paid. Maybe give or take around the same price point. But the thing was, I was able to get... No, actually, I bought mine less than their copy of the system, because this system at vintage stock, they was asking for $100. Well, when I picked up the system by itself, it was like 50 something bucks by itself. And then I wanted the box so I could make it complete, and what that was on top was $20. They took about $5 off for the wear of the box. So, yeah, so now I have all the Nintendo systems. Not all of them have a box. I don't want to give too much hint what I got, because if I start listing all the ones I have in the box and not in the box, then you're gonna pretty much figure out which one I'm talking about. So, but let's see. Actually, as Americans go, four systems I have in the box that are American. Then I got two Japanese Nintendo consoles, or the Famicom and the Super Famicom. I'll let you guys know that. I do have those in their boxes. Even though I don't need either or, because right now I got my Shark Twin Famicom that plays the disc drive, and I also have a Super Famicom, but I don't have to do that anymore because I broke the little clips in my Super Nintendo, where I now can play Super Famicom games through it. So, I mean, that's all they did. They put two little tabs in the cartridge port where it blocks you from playing Japanese Famicom games. And I wonder what they did to do the exact opposite. And I agree with Dave Rose. We got the short end of the stick of the look of the Super Nintendo. The Famicom looks a hell of a lot. Super Famicom looks great. And even the European version looks identical to it. We got... The rumors is the reason why we got such a blocky look of Super Nintendo was because a lot of people had their system sent back is because kids were putting their soda cans on top of the NES, and they would spill into the NES and they would have issues. So they're like, well, these damn Americans, that's all they drink, soda. They're not far off. It's kind of true. Unless you're a health nut, then... But I never say, hey, you know what? I'm going to put my can of soda on top of this system that I'm playing right now. Usually I'm far away from the system. where that wouldn't be the first option to put my can of soda. I would have like a chair or something, like a table or some kind of end table where I can put my soda down. I'm not gonna like get up. Hey, this is good part to put my soda can in that. So that's why they said the version Super Nintendo we got, you can't put a soda can anywhere. I'm like, that's just stupid. I don't know why we got that weird variant of Super Nintendo while they have a much sleeker look for the Super Famicom. Maybe it makes it more inviting looking or more kid-friendly looking. Maybe that's what it is, because the Sega Genesis look was obviously, trying to be on the cutting edge look. Like this is for teenagers and above. I mean, but when I got my Sega Genesis, I was like probably 10. I was young. I eventually bought my own Super Nintendo later on in life. But, I mean, as I bought my own when I saved up enough money through doing chores and stuff like that, that I got a Super Nintendo. I remember back in the day when me and my brother would rent an N64, because at the time, like, still like a couple $100, that's a lot of money for a kid. Even like N64 came out in 96. My brother was probably graduating or about to graduate, and I was 4 years away from graduating high school. And only at that time I was working really only summertime for summer jobs, obviously. While I've been when I'm not out of school, So same thing. I mean, got money from doing chores, so it's like every once in a while I'll rent the N64 from Blockbuster, then we would rent Mario 64 and like Wave Race. That was all. We did that a few times. I don't even remember how we got our N64. Maybe I just finally plopped down the money and got it. Or maybe we got it as a gift or something. Probably it was a gift. Because I probably really need to ask my brother if he remembers how we got the N64. I think it was a gift. GameCube came out in 01. That's when I was already graduated and had a normal job at that time. And I was like, screw it. I got the GameCube. Actually, I got WrestleMania 18 on the GameCube before I bought the GameCube itself. I think I bought the game at Kmart and I bought the system somewhere else, probably Walmart. So, because they didn't have the GameCube. I can't believe GameCube prices going up, because, I mean, they dipped. When I sold my system, my GameCube, the one I first originally had, we were trying to get the money to go get a Wii. And I was like, well, I mean, the Wii plays GameCube games, so, like, it's not like we're losing, not able to play them anymore. I'm like, there's no point having a GameCube anymore. So, you know, it was cool. I had my GameCube all decked out with diamond plates, a diamond plate skin that made it look really fucking awesome. And I kind of miss those days. Yeah, I got a wood skin on my PS4 Pro. Problem is, it doesn't stick on it that well, so it's starting to peel off easily. But, oh gosh, trying to think. So it looks like shit, and been thinking about getting like actual wood panels for the PS4 to make it look more legit wood. I love that look of wood like I had for a... Actually, I still think my Switch dock has the wood skin from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It looks like a wood box that you put your Switch in. Technically, if you wanted to do that, you can make something like that out of your Switch. You could probably just tear the guts out of the dock and, you know, have someone carve it out to that. But I'm about to be back at the game store. I'll see how much it is. If it was like $20, I'd say no. If it's 15, I'll probably go ahead and pop on it. Maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm planning to go see the movie in about 45 minutes, so there's no reason to go too far away when I go into the place I want to go watch the movie. So, originally I want to go watch it later on, but plans changed. But, if I can ever get into the parking lot, if this guy decides to move. Oh, he's doing a fucking U-turn. Oh, you asshole. But I'm actually getting a little tired. If I wasn't planning to go to the movie, I probably would have hit. There's no point going to that vintage dock because I was there recently. It didn't really have anything new. I'm sure he's like, what are you doing back here? Like, just changed my mind on something. Now go locate that. So, so I'll see you guys in a while. So I'm really spending my budget now, for sure. Actually, the movie time has moved. So I actually have time to go check out one more area before the movie starts. About an hour-ish, a little over an hour. So I have plenty of time to go check it out, see if anything cool, and I can make my way back over here. So, while I'm not on the road, really, this is Devil World. I know you guys like, you have Devil World already. You already did the gameplay. Well, this is a variant of the one. Oh, good God. So, alright. He's like, oh, you had the one with an actual picture on it? Like, yeah. The video game seller says, oh, this is the one he always sees. So, I was kind of shocked to see that one and some of the bigger names like Mario 1, Mario 3, and all those other ones. Yeah, you don't need to get them because honestly, you have an NES or wherever you can play Mario 1 and 3 in many ways more than one. But, God, I wouldn't mind to go to Red Lobster. Seafood does sound good, but we're going to this one theater that, me and my buddy Scott went to, and they have where you can order food and sent to you, to your actual seat. So I'm going to do the exact same thing again. So I'm not want to want to ruin my appetite. There's a Dunkin' Donuts over there I never seen. That's brand fucking new. So, yeah, I'm planning to go over the flea market real quick. Want my favorite flea market. Then come back. I could do that less than an hour, so. So, I'll see you guys in a little bit. If I find anything, I'll report you. If not, I'll see you guys back in the house. Alright guys, so now I got out of the flea market. I actually went live because I didn't think I would. At this flea market, sometimes I'll most likely, if out of the 3 around here, this is usually the one, I would find some video games that I'm interested. And got some more stuff. And another system that's been flirting with me for a while. I had the system before I moved to Pennsylvania. Then I sold it because the controllers were infamous for breaking. So I not only sold the console and the games I had. Then later on in life, I started picking up the games because, hey, I'm going to probably try to get the console. Then I sold the games. And then recently, I bought the console again for $50. And I started collecting the games again. And could never come across a freaking controller. For a while, it was like, the controller was like impossible to find. Now, like while Vintage Stock would have this controller, yeah, I couldn't get the system to work. So I sold everything off again. So this is like tip number 3 after I had it before. And the system is the Atari 5200. I got 4 games, $5 a piece, and honestly, he did a good deal with me. I think he dropped like $10 off because he knows I buy a lot of stuff from him, so he dropped $10 off for me. I appreciate it. If I want to do video game deals with anyone in that flea market, it's going to be him because 1, he has the better stuff. 2, I mean, he can deal whatever he wants. So I saw it, I was like, oh, cool. I saw that apparently it was a sealed 5200 Pac-Man game. I'm like, whoa, what? A sealed Pac-Man. I think this motorcycle guy beside me has a helmet dreadlocks, and it kind of almost looks like Predator. Like a Predator helmet. That's what it looks like. Like a black... That's what it looks like. So I'm heading back towards where the theater is. I might go back and pick up that one, and there's a box. Well, one, I'm gonna check if the fucking thing works. Because this is the more reliable version. What's weird, the first version, you could tell was... The first one has 4 controller ports, where it had this weird 2-in-1 cable box where it puts the power and the cable into the same box. And couldn't get it to work, so it's like, screw it, sell it, see if the video game store is willing to work on it, like sell it to them so maybe they can work on it. And not only that, he had at the flea market the roller controller too. So the thing is, with that one, like, I would have to see which one's cheaper. His is probably going to be cheaper, but it'd be cool to collect 5200 again, because now I know of more places that actually have them, because I sold a lot of them to them. So hopefully this one works, and hopefully the controller works, because I don't know anyone could work on these controllers. Oh, I think I got another cop behind me. Like I said, I don't think what I'm doing is... Yeah, I'm turning this off. So, I'll see you. And I'm back. I'm just a little wary around cops right now. So, yeah, hopefully this one works. There's no point of buying a bunch of games and stuff like that if, one, the console doesn't work. He says it powers up. So, I mean, that's one thing. But if I put that with RF plug-in, if it works, then great. Hopefully it does. I mean, I would have to... There's a fucking bed store called Bedbug Store. Like, that's a horrible name, because that's not good. Bed bugs. But yeah, I'm hoping this works out, because I wouldn't mind collecting for the 5200 again. And that would technically complete the Atari collection again. Because I have the 2600, I had the 7800, I got the Jaguar, and I'm not counting the new Atari VCS, because that's, to me, that doesn't really count. It's a freaking mini PC thing in the box that barely has any, probably less capable power than the Switch. Or, if anything, it's just as powerful as the Switch. And that's pretty bad for a system that's a little bit more powerful than the Wii U. And the Wii U is just a little bit more powerful than the Wii. And the Wii is barely more powerful. Well, people says the Wii is 2 GameCubes duct taped to each other. Actually, I could go to this finished stock. It's right down there, but then I'm going to be cutting it a little too close, so I'd say fuck it. You know, I'm not too far from the store, but I already spent quite a bit. Quite a bit of money. So I gotta be careful. To the point of if this thing does work, I'm going back and picking up not only that sealed copy of Pac-Man, I'll go pick up another box copy of another game. That's why I continue to have video game hunting because, I get new systems and I want to get games for them. I'm getting to the point I just don't have some of the modern systems I don't have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. But right now, there's no freaking point. There's no real good exclusive games to just those systems. So there's really no reason. Right now, my PS4 Pro is just a step behind the PS5. So, and honestly, Xbox didn't need to do a Series X, because when the Xbox One X, that was pretty powerful by itself, where it really didn't need a new console. You just have your new, more powerful system that you can sell as your new console. But and it was already it trumped the PS4 Pro by quite a bit. And I don't even know what. I assume the Xbox One Series X is more powerful than the Xbox Series S. Because that thing is anemic, and not only that, it's just digital. See, I thought it was stupid that they made that version. If they're going to make a digital version, make it the same version like the Series X, just without a disk drive. It'd be cheaper, but same now power. Kind of like how the PS5 has a digital version and has a physical version. And it has the same capabilities with each other. There's not one is more powerful than the other. It made no sense why Xbox did that. You can pay $200 and get our... Was it $200 or $250 when that came out? I guess it was $250. But you're paying for an anemic system. I'll go this way. So, to me, it was stupid. I'm actually turning air on. It's getting a little warm. Oh! I have a little time. There's this comics, toys, and collectibles store that I never checked out. I kind of want to check it out. Let's see. Let's go check it out. See if they're even open. I don't know. We'll give it a shot. Because I still have a little time. I'm close to the theater. Maybe that's it right here. Oh my gosh, they got cool artwork, dude, on the windows. What the fuck is this person doing? Oh wow, this is actually pretty cool. This might be in our future stop. Really? You gonna walk in? What the hell's... Alright, so I just got out of the toy store. This new one I never went into. Oh my god, it had some really cool stuff. Just filled with toys. New and retro all over the place. I was kind of hoping they had some video games. They did, but not as much as, and I'm talking about very little. Very, very little video game stuff. So, they had very video game related toys. It's just cool to check all that stuff out. I mean, honestly, if I was a toy guy, I'd be like drooling. I'm like, ah. But I'm a video game guy, and I know the Game Chasers and Jay's brother is big toy guys. And I can see why. I mean, they're cool to, collect. But for me, I'm like, if I want to put my money into one, it's going to be a video game. Because, I mean, you saw how the video games price soared during the pandemic. And that's not always about money. It's just my thing. I like video games. Like, once you put a toy, it's kind of like you have boxed toy that if it's never been opened, like some people leave them in, and honestly, if it's like 20, 30, 40 years old, yeah, I'm not going to open it. I am going to leave it in the box. Kind of like how that Atari 5200 game is sealed, that I bought a loose copy for $5, but for a sealed copy, I mean, how many others going to be sealed out there in the wild? So I'm actually back. I got like 25 minutes before the movie starts, so that'll give us time to get tickets and whatever, and I can get my dinner ready. I'll order my dinner. So, plus I can throw my stuff into the trunk. So, I'm sorry, I'm just looking around. I apologize, guys. So, that is it. I'll see you guys when I'm at home. So, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye. Alright, guys. So, got home about 2-3 hours ago. Watched Super Mario Bros. Movie. I really enjoyed it. Had a lot of funny parts in the movie. I will be talking about that later on. But this is about the video game stuff I picked up not only today. I'll show you some of the stuff that I picked up during the week, and I just got done actually showing this off on live pickups. So I'll even show you the stuff that I had unboxed. You know what? I'll show that right now. So, These are for the Game Boy Advance e-reader cards that plays games. So it's a pack of cards, of 5 cards in there, not only sealed in its package, and it's on a card. This one is golf. It has several little stickers on them. And you can see right there, you use the Game Boy Advance, and there's an e-reader. You slide 5 cards to make this one NES golf game. So that's this one, and I actually bought another one. This is... I want to see what year this came out. 2003, so, this is 20 years old. Wow. This is for the e-reader as well. This is Donkey Kong 3. Donkey Kong 3 has not Mario in it. This time it has Stanley, the bug guy. And, the whole point is that Stanley, the bug guy, shoots bug spray up Donkey Kong's ass to make him run or like climb a wave and stop from harming the beehives. And it was kind of a bad Donkey Kong game, but it's pretty cool to find these. These are, like I said, 20 years old. And the game they're emulating is even older than that. Like, this one also says 2003. So, yeah. If not 20 years old, it's getting close to 20 years old. So, it's cool. I actually do have one more over here. This one is tennis, right here. Actually in better shape. And this one is actually 21 years old. So this one could actually drink right now if it wanted to. It can drink and have a pack of smokes if it wanted to. So hang that there, and I can hang that right there, right behind that. So now I'm done showing it twice. I can start putting this stuff up. I got a GameCube game. This is NBA Streets V3. And I'm sure you're like, why did you pay that? And why did you buy this basketball game? That's why it has Mario characters on it where you can play as Mario characters. Look at this right here. You see that? You can actually play on the court as Mario, and I'm assuming the other characters as well. So this one, we'll go over to my GameCube section right here. I don't have as much GameCube games as the other systems. I mean, it's filling up a little bit better, but I do have some Wii games right there. About the same amount, but GameCube is a little less. I think, give or take, between the N64 and GameCube, I had about the same amount. Alright. Next is this is heavily a Nintendo video, by the way. I showed you guys this stuff off earlier, but these are Nintendo Famicom games. Let you guys take a look. This one says this is not the one with karaoke and requires reading. This one also says reading required, but it's Mario Open Golf. Look how disappointed Luigi is. Maybe he just lost to Mario. Mario's happy. Try to pronounce this a couple times. Look at this. How am I supposed to pronounce that? It's Gomo Kun Arabe? Like, how am I supposed to say that all together like that? this one is a Mahjong game, but I don't know what's the title. I had no idea. This game I already have, but this is a label variant, and I'm a fan, and I was kind of shocked to see this at the game store. Devil World. So I'm thinking about playing these separately, like as random Famicom gameplays. I'm thinking about doing that. Minus the Devil World, I'm like already did that. So, just putting in a different spot's gonna be interesting. I might have to move those consoles, these mini consoles, somewhere else so I can start stacking more. We'll see. But right now, like I said, I'm thinking about playing these at a later date. So I'll keep them on my Genesis shelf. Oh! This is during the week I picked this one up. I had this game loose. I had a few games in trade. Paid like a third of it off. And for the NES, Spy Hunter in the box. And apparently has poster. So it's like the arcade game. That's pretty much what it is. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy to pick this one up. So that one will go over here in the NES box shelf. I'll put it right here. And actually, I need to take pictures of what I got. I'm getting to the point it's hard to remember everything. And I don't have the best memory either. Alright. Next thing is actually not Nintendo related for once. This is Atari. This is Atari 5200. We got Countermeasure that I picked up for $5. We got picked up Kicks for $5. Picked up Space Invaders for $5. And Pac-Man for $5. And if you were watching, you know I told you they have a sealed Pac-Man. So if this thing works, I'm probably going to go pick up that sealed one. I probably will anyways. But this is sealed. If this, let's just say what I'm about to show you works, then I'll pick up the box game that he had. So you guys know why I picked up, because I told you already. This is the Atari 5200. It doesn't have its lid, but that's okay. No big deal. It's the 2 players port version. There was a 4-port one. Paid. He took $5 off. And it's kind of actually really dirty. But he said it powers on. I don't know how he knows it powers on. I thought I heard something, but this one doesn't use the box where it has the AV or the RF to power adapter box. This one has 2 separate cables. This one, and this is one of the things that deters me from getting the 5200s. This controller's infamous of not working. So I'm hoping this does. Even though the rubber boot on it torn, that's okay. If it works, that's all that matters. So I had you guys waiting for a while, and if you guys watch my live stream, you've seen what this is. But this is the Nintendo system that used to have. We sold it because it was able to play compatible with another system. And I'll show you guys hopefully, if I remember, to show you what the competitor's price was at Vintage Stock. I picked up the Nintendo Wii in its box. Actually, I got the Wii separately from its box, and I saw they had the box. So, they took $5 off the box because condition of the box. The box is not great, but it's not in horrible condition either. Wii has a little bit of special place in my heart because with my wife, when we first met, she moved down here to be a traveling dialysis. This is late 2006. So I went to hang out with her, stay with her that night at her apartment. She had a Nintendo Wii. This just literally came out. I think we started dating like very shortly after this come out. She said she's been stalking Toys R Us on their trucks to get a Wii. She wanted one for herself, and she was going to buy one for her brother. And I was shocked because like this just came out, like, and you have it. Like, what the? And she went to bed. I was like, if I wasn't not a nice guy, I could just took it and ran. But I'm like, that's not me. I'm not gonna steal someone's shit. It meant something that she trusted me that much. So next thing happened. I mean, I'm not gonna go into details, but I know when she moved away to continue her traveling job, she eventually sadly had to sell it because she, I think she needed money, or her parents needed some money or something like that, so she had to sell her Wii. Then I came up to Pennsylvania with her, and this is when the 360 was out. Oh, 360 came out beforehand. So, and we had a 360? Yeah, we had a 360. And she wanted either the Kinect or a Wii. I was like, go with the Wii. At least the Wii has games. We don't know what the Kinect has. And I'm like, so at least Wii, you can play GameCube games with it. So, but we eventually sold our Wii to get the Wii U. So it's good to have this. So this does bring memories back to me. It brings good memories about my wife, and I always welcome that. So I think that is it. I appreciate you guys watching this whole thing. It's a long episode, but I'll talk to you guys later. See you. Bye.